When people hear the name Shang-Chi, they immediately think of the Master of Kung Fu, a title that carries with it a sense of awe, respect, and mystery. It's not just a label, but a recognition of someone who has reached the pinnacle of martial arts, both in skill and in spirit. The title suggests unparalleled martial arts expertise, but for Shang-Chi, it means so much more. It's about a lifetime of dedication, countless hours of training, and a relentless pursuit of self-mastery. He's not just a fighter, he's a living embodiment of Kung Fu's deepest philosophies. Shang-Chi's fighting style is a living tapestry, woven from threads of ancient tradition, modern innovation, and his own personal history. Every movement he makes is a reflection of the masters who came before him, as well as the unique path he's carved for himself. His power isn't just about perfect punches or flawless kicks, it's about the philosophy behind every movement. Each technique is rooted in mindfulness, balance, and a deep understanding of both body and mind. Shang-Chi's battles are not only against villains or physical opponents, but also against the echoes of his upbringing, the weight of expectations, and the shadows of his past. Every fight is a test of his will, his values, and his ability to rise above adversity. The title Master of Kung Fu implies more than just technical skill. It's about mastering principles like discipline, adaptability, and humility. Shang-Chi's journey is one of constant growth, learning to adapt to new challenges and opponents with grace and determination. His body is a library of forms, each one telling a story of tradition, innovation, and personal evolution. This vast repertoire makes him unpredictable and formidable, able to respond to any threat with creativity and precision. Shang-Chi's style is a harmonious blend of techniques born from conflict but perfected through inner peace. He draws from many schools of martial arts, blending them seamlessly into something uniquely his own. Watching him fight is like witnessing a dance between the force of a dragon and the grace of a phoenix, powerful yet elegant, fierce yet controlled. This essence of mastery, where skill, philosophy, and personal growth converge, is what makes Shang-Chi's story and fighting style so compelling, inspiring, and truly legendary. Shang-Chi's fighting style is a mosaic of distinct martial arts forming a complete picture. Core Chinese martial arts like Wushu and Wing Chun form his foundation. Wushu gives his combat cinematic grace, while Wing Chun focuses on close-quarters combat. Tai Chi, often misunderstood, teaches him to redirect force and find power and flow. Hung Gar, known for powerful stances, represents the strength he inherited from his father. These styles are essential to understanding the complete artist. Each martial art adds a unique tile to his mosaic, contributing to his mastery. His style is not about flashy moves, but about neutralizing threats effectively. This diverse knowledge makes him a formidable fighter. Shang-Chi's journey is shaped by the contrasting styles of his parents, each representing a different philosophy and approach to life. From a young age, he was caught between two worlds, one of discipline and power, the other of grace and harmony. This duality would come to define not only his martial arts, but his very identity. His father, Wenwu, embodies the dragon, an ancient symbol of strength, dominance, and unyielding force. Wenwu's martial arts are fierce and direct, relying on overwhelming power and relentless aggression. He believes that victory is achieved through control and intimidation, and he teaches Shang-Chi that the world is a place where only the strong survive. In contrast, his mother, Ying Li, represents the phoenix, a creature of rebirth, elegance, and resilience. Her movements are soft yet powerful, flowing like water and bending without breaking. She teaches Shang-Chi that true strength lies in adaptability, compassion, and the ability to find peace within chaos. Wenwu's style is about hard, linear attacks. Every strike is meant to dominate, every movement calculated to overpower the opponent. His techniques are rooted in tradition, passed down through generations and honed by years of battle. Ying Li's is about fluid, circular motions. Her martial arts draw inspiration from nature, emphasizing balance, redirection, and the use of an opponent's energy against them. Her style is as much about inner peace as it is about physical skill. Their legendary encounter illustrates this dynamic, a dance of opposing philosophies. When Wenwu and Ying Li first meet, their fight is not just a clash of fists, but a meeting of hearts and minds. Each move is a conversation, each block and strike a negotiation between power and grace. Shang-Chi was raised to be a weapon, taught that power is everything. Under his father's watchful eye, he endures grueling training, learning to suppress his emotions and focus only on victory. The pressure to live up to Wenwu's legacy is immense, shaping Shang-Chi into a formidable fighter, but also leaving him conflicted and searching for meaning. But he carries his mother's spirit, a gentle strength he discovers in Ta Lo. In the tranquil forests and mystical landscapes of his mother's homeland, Shang-Chi reconnects with the softer side of his heritage. Here he learns that true mastery comes from understanding both the hard and the soft, the forceful and the yielding. His journey is about finding balance between his parents' styles. He must learn to blend the dragon's might with the phoenix's grace, forging a new path that is uniquely his own. This process is not easy. It requires self-reflection, humility, and the courage to embrace both his strengths and vulnerabilities. He is neither solely the dragon nor the phoenix, but a synthesis of both. By integrating the lessons of his parents, Shang-Chi becomes something greater than the sum of his parts. A new kind of hero, capable of both fierce action and deep compassion. This duality becomes the central conflict of his life. He is constantly pulled between the expectations of his father and the wisdom of his mother, struggling to define who he truly is. The battle within is as intense as any fight he faces in the outside world. He learns he is the product of both parents, destined to find his own balance. Through trial and error, victories and defeats, Shang-Chi discovers that his greatest strength lies in embracing all parts of himself, not just the ones he was taught to value. His story is about embracing both sides to become whole. In the end, Shang-Chi's tale is a testament to the power of harmony, proving that true greatness comes not from choosing one path over another, but from uniting them to create something entirely new. Shang-Chi grew up feeling like a living contradiction, torn between the two worlds his parents represented. His father's teachings were strict, forceful, and rooted in tradition, demanding discipline and unwavering strength. His mother, on the other hand, embodied grace, compassion, and the gentle power of nature. For years, Shang-Chi saw these influences as irreconcilable, believing he had to suppress one side to honor the other. The pressure to choose between his father's legacy and his mother's spirit weighed heavily on him. He felt as if every step forward in one direction meant leaving a vital part of himself behind. This internal struggle shaped his early journey, making him question his identity and his place in the world. But true growth began when Shang-Chi realized he didn't have to choose. Instead, he could embrace both sides, weaving them together into something entirely new. His evolution started the moment he stopped fighting against himself and began to integrate these halves into a harmonious whole. This journey of self-acceptance was not easy. It required deep introspection, patience, and the courage to face his own fears and doubts. Through meditation and mindful practice, he learned to listen to the quiet wisdom within. In the mystical village of Ta Lo, his aunt became his guide, teaching him the power of yielding, adapting, and moving with the flow of life. She showed him that true strength often lies in softness, and that resilience is born from flexibility. Shang-Chi learned to move like the wind and water, fluid, responsive, and ever-changing. He discovered that by letting go of rigid control, he could find a deeper, more enduring strength within himself. Mastery, he realized, was not about overpowering others, but about adapting to every challenge with grace and awareness. It was about being present, open, and ready to respond to whatever came his way. By blending his father's forceful techniques with his mother's wisdom and fluidity, Shang-Chi forged a new path. He became a living embodiment of both yin and yang, strength and softness, power and peace. This synthesis gave rise to a unique fighting style, unpredictable, powerful, and deeply personal. It allowed him to surprise his opponents and adapt to any situation, making him a truly formidable warrior. In his final confrontation with Wenwu, Shang-Chi no longer fought as a divided soul. He moved with purpose and clarity, using both styles in perfect harmony. Each movement was a tribute to his parents and a declaration of his own identity. By integrating his heritage, he commanded the 10 rings with newfound confidence and mastery, transforming them from symbols of his father's dominance into tools of his own making. Through acceptance and integration, Shang-Chi surpassed his father's legacy. He became the true master of Kung Fu, not by rejecting his past, but by embracing every part of it. In finding balance within himself, Shang-Chi became whole, a complete warrior, at peace with his origins and ready to shape his own destiny. Shang-Chi's reputation as the master of Kung Fu spans decades in Marvel Comics. In the comics, he is a living encyclopedia of combat, mastering various martial arts. His knowledge extends beyond Chinese arts to include Japanese, Korean, and modern combat systems. Each art adds a tool to his arsenal, allowing him to counter any style. In video games, his diverse skills are reflected in his moveset. His philosophy is influenced by Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do no single best style. He embodies the principle of using what is useful and discarding the rest. His combat is formless, fluid, and perfectly adapted to any situation. Bringing Shang-Chi's fighting style to the screen required authenticity and storytelling. The stunt team, led by Brad Allen and Andy Cheng, crafted sequences rooted in genuine techniques. The cast underwent intensive training, learning various martial arts. Choreography was designed to reflect characters' personalities and emotional states. Wen Wu's use of the 10 rings mimicked Hung Gar's powerful forms. Ta Lo's choreography was inspired by wuxia films, reflecting its connection to nature. The action was grounded in real martial arts principles, creating a visually and emotionally resonant experience. In Shang-Chi's world, a fight is a conversation and a revelation of character. His fighting style mirrors his emotional journey toward self-acceptance. Early on, his fighting is reactive and defensive, reflecting his inner turmoil. He is torn between his father's force and his mother's grace. His initial defeat against Wen Wu shows his internal struggle. Embracing his full heritage, his fighting becomes a true expression of himself. In the final battle, he demonstrates balance and power. He flows between hard and soft, offense and defense. By integrating his past, he creates a unique style. He is the master of Kung Fu because his every move tells his story.